This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. Delighted to be joined with Joe McNally. We're here for another massive rematch, repeat or revenge. We're very much on the side of repeat, but other than that, how are we feeling?
I'm good, Lewis. How are you?
I'm all good, mate. All the better for speaking to you, mate. Said we just seen a sort of a bit of a heated presser there. I mean, even a sort of a bit of back and forth from yourself. But you know, what did you sort of make of it up there? Chris saying, what did you sort of make of it all?
Nothing really, Lewis. You know, for me, nothing really different from the first press conference. You know, there was a lot of shit talked on the first one. A bit of load the belt stuff off Chris on his behalf, but there was a lot of respect there today. Obviously, the bit of gimmicks in a shot from the gods and Roy Jones with the towel and stuff, but other than that, it was just standard procedure, really. Yeah.
Do you think, in a way, Chris has nothing, he can't not respect Liam, you know? Nobody's ever seen Chris like that in his career. Liam's the first person to do it, so do you think sort of deep down Chris knows, I've got no choice here but to respect this man in front of me?
Yeah, look, you know, I think he massively underrated Liam, the first fight. He's still in his mind, I'm the superior fighter to Liam. Every fighter's got to believe that. But you can tell that the respect's there now. Like, he's not as basic as he looks, Liam Smith. You can tell it and you can feel it.
So should I move this back a little bit? That's one thing you said there that's always, I find it always quite interesting. You said there about sort of the idea that, you know, a lot of people always say about sort of he called Liam Smith an ABC fighter, you know, he's only got one style. You see him in the gym, everyone knows his quality. Do you feel like Liam's quality as a boxer is almost underrated in a way? People don't really give him the credit he deserves, and they just think he's sort of a hard worker and this and that, where, you know, he can match a lot of these guys on terms of ability.
100%. He wouldn't have ever been a world champion or fought and maintained the caliber of opposition he's been fighting the past 5, 6, 7 years without being, you know, any good ABC fighter. He might be an ABC fighter, ABCD, but I guess what? He does them ABCD fucking beautiful. But to really appreciate Liam, you've rather got to work up close to him or be in there against him. And he's fantastic in every department.
Absolutely, and for someone like Liam, after knocking out Chris and this and that, and sort of see how good the first fight was and how good his performance was, as a trainer, is it easy, is it sort of hard for Liam to not get overconfident in a way, realise that, you know, Chris is still a good fighter, even though you got to win with him, take it almost like the first fight where, you know, forget that you've even got a win over him?
Yeah, no, you know, it's not. Liam certainly isn't overconfident. I personally think it's a more difficult fight than the first one, just with the consensus of Chris underestimating Liam. As I stated on the press conference, he's a wounded animal right now, which makes him a bit more dangerous. That we're going to expect a more ferocious Chris Eubank. If that doesn't come, so be it. But look, when you've been in boxing and around boxing all your life, a shot from the gods, you didn't expect this. Of course you've got to expect knockouts. It only takes XYZ amount of pound of pressure on your chin and you go to sleep. And Liam caught him with beautiful, not one but two combinations that finished the job. As Liam stated, it was Chris's own IQ that let him down, backing himself up into a corner. So it is what it is, you know. Liam's prepared for a tough, hard 12 rounds.
And obviously now he's had a change in trainer with Bomac now. You said at the presser you don't think that's going to make much of a change because you know as a trainer it takes time to build them relationships and you can't really do that within sort of 5 or 6 weeks that he's had with Chris.
Yeah, I personally, knowing the logistics of why Roy Jones walked away from the job with Chris, he never got sacked, he walked away, and knowing why Roy walked away, I wouldn't say it brings me confidence, but it's like what's Bo Mack and his team really going to do in 4 weeks, 5 weeks? Nothing really, you know. They won't even be really used to what combinations he throws on the pass, the way he reacts in certain situations. So, other than having one of the pound-for-pound best in Terence Crawford's team behind him the last 4 weeks, I don't think it's going to change anything.
100%. And moving on, you know, your stable's grown a little bit. We see sort of Shannon Courtney with you, Gary Cully with you now. How's that been for you, the growth in the stable? Obviously, Josh Taylor's still there as well.
Yeah, fantastic. You know, the good people, number one, and fantastic fighters, number two. They never come overnight. You know, we had a trial period, got to know each other really well, and the same views, what I think they should go, what routes they should take, and what they want to do in the sport. And I'm in a gifted situation, yeah, and I'm thankful for it. But at the same time, me and my team, we put the fucking hours into.
So with Josh now coming off the Teofimo Lopez fight, what are the steps that you want for his career? Because it's hard coming off a loss, it's hard coming off defeat, especially confidence-wise. So the steps that you look now in his career, you know, is it a move to 147? The cattle rematch will be there. What do you think the logical steps are now for Josh?
Yeah, well, you know, Josh has been back in the gym. I don't want him to shut the door on the 140-pound division, because take away Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, there's not really many options at 147. We'll have to sit down with his nutritionist and Dr. Carl Evans to see if we can perform at that weight. I think he can. We'll see when we get the testing done again, but I don't think it was the weight why he lost the fight. There's a few things that could have went better, but at the end of the day, Teofimo is a fantastic elite level fighter, and Josh underperformed and still took 5 rounds out of 12, in my opinion. 1, 2, 3, 8 and 10, and he wasn't heavily bleeding, but he was just body shattered. That can be accumulation of things behind the scenes, but we'll sit down with Josh, his management, his promoters, and see. But you know, there's your Lomachenko's, there's your George Kambosos. I love the Kambosos. That's a good fight for Josh. There's the Adrian Broners, and look, you know, not all these elite fighters all want to fight each other. Whether it's money, whether it's, you know, a bit of a catch weight, your Ryan Garcia's the world. And Josh is in that mix, so he's still in a fantastic situation. What I don't want him to do is be dropping down the level to, you know, he's earned his crust, stay up there and stay in relevant big fights, which he truly deserves, including the Catterell fight down the line also.
Absolutely, Joe. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. Always good to speak to you, and all the best for Saturday. Thank you, mate. Cheers.
You're welcome, mate.